Okay, let me go ahead to my third story. And this is about secular talk drops. Now, I want to go ahead and share my screen with you. Boop, boop, doop. But before I do that, I have to explain to you how this works first. Because if you're not a content creator and you don't have this tool, you're probably like, what the hell is she talking about? So I do want to explain this to you first. So last night, right after I finished my stream, somebody sent me a message and said, FYI, thought you'd be interested to see this. They're like, secular talk has dropped in subs. I'm like, okay, whatever, no biggie. But then I said, okay, what are actually the numbers? It's probably just a couple here and there. Now, those of us who are content creators on YouTube, we actually have the option to have an add-on tool called TubeBuddy. There's also other ones you can use as well for like keyword search and things like that. All of them cost, they're not free, of course. So because I have that tool, there are certain things that I can see that if you don't have it, you can't see. So I'm going to show you what I can see. And this is not to pick on anyone, but this is to prove a point. So let me share my screen. Sharing the screen, sharing the screen. I don't know why I felt the need to sing that. And yet here we are. Okay. So this is Secular Talk. This is the channel. All right, guys, I want to show you something here that you probably would not see on your own unless you had this tool. I'm going to zoom into the part that I want to show you in just a second because this is being kind of odd. So for those of us that have that tool that I was telling you about, we can actually see some analytics on other channels as well. Let me explain what I mean. I have that tool. I can see analytics on my channel without that tool, but with that tool, I can see more. It goes a little further in depth. It helps with SEO. That's search engine optimization. For those of you who are not familiar with that, that helps with keywords, key phrases, etc. I can also see some analytics on other channels, and it will compare it to my channel. So I'm going to take you in for a little deep dive tonight, take you behind the scenes to show you what is really going on. Now, the person who sent me this said that Secular Talk dropped in subs. I was curious to see how many, since they said this was like a big deal or whatever. Let me show you what I can actually see. So let me go back into the background here. I'm going to zoom into the part that I do want to show you. Will it let me? Aha, it's letting me show it. Okay. So with the tool that I have an option. I can come over here and I can select views last 30 days, subscribers last 30 days, and videos last 30 days. What I was curious to see was subscribers last 30 days. Let me show you what is happening here. If you look at the graph, the blue line is me. That's my channel. I'm always blue. The red line right here, that is the other channel. Any other channel I go to, they will be red, I will be blue. So let me show you what is happening here. According to this, something happened over here. February 25th. I want to make sure it's showing you guys what I see here. Yeah, okay. All of a sudden, there is a sharp drop. Do you guys see this? I don't know exactly what happened on February 25th. I don't know what was said on February 25th, but there is a sharp drop in reference to subscribers. And you can see it just drops very quickly down here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more to show you the other thing I wanted to show you. Oh boy, what happened now? That is way too much. Get me out of here. I zoomed in too far. I'm sorry. Okay. So if you look over here to the right where you see my little cursor here where it says you, It says 1.2K5. So that's how many subscribers I gained in the past 30 days, which is actually pretty good for me. I don't know what happened, but that's actually really good for me. Again, the channel that I'm referencing is in the red. So if you look below where it says them, guys, this says negative 400. Negative 400, you guys. Now, this is not me trying to toot my own horn. I'm just here to prove a point. That means that from February 25th, going all the way over, highlight here, there's no subscribers gained. You can see that there, March 23rd, 0 subscribers gained. And they are in the negative in reference to subscribers. Let me come out for a second and explain to you what that means. That's a problem. I have to tell you, with all the time that I've spent on YouTube, I don't think I've seen that before. What that means is that not only are people not subscribing, that also means a lot of people fell off. You never want to be in the negative. Never. I've never been in negative. So now if you look at the subscriber count, I'm going to go up here. The subscriber count now says 973K. If I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn that was 974. So obviously, way more subscribers than what I have. But the fact that Secular Talk now has negative 400 subscribers, something is happening. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what happened on February 25th. It doesn't make sense. There was 200 subscribers gained and then a sharp drop. We all have periods where we go up and we go down. That happens. But usually not like that. So a lot of people fell off quickly and others are not subscribing. Let's see why. I'm going to show you a couple of things and then I'm going to tell you my take on it. But I just want to show you. Let's look at the lineup. Let's go to videos. Let's see what we got. Check this out. This is a part of the problem. I'm going to take myself to the back. GOP, Trump, Trump, Trump. There's a Biden one. There's the Twitter video. Hercules actor, that's also GOP. For those who don't know, the guy who played Hercules is also Republican. He's pretty outspoken. Kevin Sorbo. Alcohol's a different one. Something about firing squad. Fox. There's the Biden. There's Bloomberg. Hannity. Hunter Biden. Dave Rubin. There's Bill Maher. There's Chuck Todd. CBS host. All right. Long story short. He's doing the mistake that some other people were doing. They're still talking about Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. GOP, 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 GOP. And I have to say this, I'm sorry, but Trump is not president anymore. I don't know why people are still talking about Trump. And it's not just him. It's Humanist Report. It's Rational National. It's TYT. If I went to their channel, I'd see the same stuff. Trump, 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 Trump. We're done with Trump, bro. People are done with Trump. It's old. It's old news. But also, and I'm going to come out of here. Some of this could have something to do with the talking points. Some of the talking points around Russia, Ukraine have not been too favorable from what I've seen, based on what I've seen. And that's just on Twitter. Buddying up in convo with Vosh, not really going to help you out. So there's talking points as well. It's the fact that this channel has not really evolved. It's the same stuff. And I think people are at this point, and I mentioned this last week when I talked about Jimmy Dore now has 1 million subs. We talked about that on here. I think that there is a segment of the left that is wanting to do something different, that is tired of hearing about Trump, that is tired of hearing about people say blue no matter who, that is sick and tired of Joe Biden, that is tired of the squad, that doesn't really like Bernie Sanders that much anymore either. And people want to do something different. People want to do direct action. People want to do more mutual aid. People were tired of hearing the same thing. Let's just keep putting progressive through the Democratic Party. And you guys saw what happened during that live stream, the Seize the House live stream. It did not go well in the comments section. People are tired of doing the same thing over and over since 2016. It is time for something new. I think that is a big part of it. So for me, I don't know. Like I said, someone sent that to me last night. And I told people, obviously, you see Jimmy got to 1 million subs. I don't see him losing 400 subs that quickly. So people have drawn a line in the sand. And don't get me wrong, he still has a lot of subscribers. But when it comes to the algorithm, when you lose that many subs that quickly, I told you the algorithm does not want to mess with you. It doesn't want to dance. Secular Talk doesn't even show up on my home screen. It never shows up. Used to, doesn't. I'm going to go to some of the comments in the chat. Yasmin says he's still unwilling to call out the Dems. That's why he's losing subs. I agree, Yasmin. I think, like, listen, people are waking up. Like, we're tired of the same old thing. Hugo said nothing informative with his channel, LOL. Thanks for the super chat, Cool Blue. Franco is right. Everything in Kyle's videos are right there in the thumbnails. I didn't know Franco said that. That's funny. Franco will be here Saturday, by the way, you guys. Greg says, the thing you got to keep in mind, though, Sabby, is Trump, Trump, Trump. Thanks for the super chat. I'm a Phil American. Secular Talk is now secular yawn. Right. It's boring. And Chris said Kyle has no interaction with his audience either. Yeah, things have kind of changed. I mean, it's not the same in terms of like left independent media. I mean, those of us with smaller channels, you notice we live stream a lot. We actually talk to the people in the chat. We like to interact with you. I joined Call-In because I want to hear you guys' voice. It was nice to hear what you sound like, you know? So I think things have just changed, man. Things have just changed. So the fact that that channel's like dropped like that, like that's crazy. That's really crazy to have that many subscribers and you're not getting any kind of momentum or gain. That means that, yes, don't get me wrong, there's problems with YouTube. There's censorship issues. We all have talked about it. And we also know that there is suppression. But what Kyle isn't telling people when he complains about the censorship and the suppression, he's not telling you what I just showed you. He's not telling you that he's losing subscribers. People are leaving his channel because they're tired of his talking points, because they see it does not work. And I think it's disingenuous to not tell your audience that part of the story. And he can see the same numbers that I can, the numbers I just showed you, he can see those too. So he knows that people are unsubscribing. Why is he not telling you guys that? Kanishi said eventually people will get tired of hearing that same regurgitated content about Donald Trump. TYT still makes videos about him to this day, even though Trump is not in the oval, I think he meant the Oval Office, not in the Oval Office. Yeah, it's just, why are people still talking about Trump? Sebastian said Kyle wants that MSM bag. Oh, man. Mario said people always claiming that Kyle has recently become bad. He's always been bad. The only difference is that you are more politically aware and mature. Interesting point, Mario. Another thing I think that's important to bring out is like, there are more options when it comes to left independent media now. Have you guys noticed that? I mean, obviously, you see me, but there's a lot more options. When I first started watching left independent media, there was no Jackson Hinkle. There was no Revolutionary Blackout Network. Shout out RBN. There wasn't me. There wasn't Unapologetic. There was no Frank Analysis. There's more options now. Just keeping it real. Nebraska said, does Kyle still support Bernie? I don't know. Don't know. Don't watch it. I know he's defended the squad a lot, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore. Leroy said, facts, because Kyle has not evolved at all. He never planted his feet in any issue. Yeah, the fence riding thing is annoying too. That's bothersome. But I think before the Bernie campaign, there weren't as many options. After Bernie's 2 campaigns, more channels formed. So that's a big part of it. And we're doing different things. Ware said you used to need a studio and more expensive equipment. It's gotten easier to enter the game now. But not everyone had a studio in the beginning though. Some people just started with what they had. I mean, I don't think, I got to think back, and I'll have to look back, but if I remember, I don't think Nico had a studio in the beginning. I think that came later on, People wait until they can get the money to get those things. Like, that's expensive. I am totally fine right here in this room. Just letting you know.